Hey guys, in this video, I'm going to speak to how I made my first $10,000 as an agency owner. So I run an AI automations business called Crimson, and I'm not posting this video to flex or to flaunt. I simply want to walk you guys through the steps that I took in order to generate five figures within my company. So I'm just going to riff here as I reflect upon what brought about this outcome in my business. So essentially, as a founder, your primary responsibility is to generate leads. You are a pipeline developer, and anything that is not pipeline development and can also be delegated, meaning it's not essential that you do it, should be delegated. So there are a lot of agencies that I see out there that are just glorified freelancing shops. So the founder actually is a technician within the business. And check out the E-Myth. It's a really good book on how to actually run a business. You want to work on your business, not in your business. And I really took that principle to heart here. So I ensure that all client projects are completed successfully. I'm client facing. I talk to my clients and ensure that they're happy, but I outsource the technical aspects of the job so I can focus on managing the overarching project and of course developing the pipeline, getting more clients. Okay? So when I first started Crimson, the bulk of my time was spent on generating demand for these services that we offer. Lead generation is literally survival. So you can outsource the delivery of the project later, but never outsource the responsibility for your pipeline. Okay, that's your primary responsibility. If you don't have leads, you don't have a business. That's just how it works. But I want to stress this point: you do need to be technical yourself. Okay, so I'm technical myself, so I know how to build these automations, and I understand it well enough to speak confidently about what we do, and even speak to the technicalities that are relevant to what we do. Okay, so the intention is to be technical enough to be able to confidently articulate what you do, but the actual doing of fulfillment is going to be outsourced to someone else, so you could spend time on generating more leads for your company. So as a founder of literally any business, your role is going to shift from doing the actual work, doing what the technician does, right? Actually fulfilling the service or the completion of the project, to building the system that brings in the work. Okay? So just building out lead generation mechanisms. So for myself, YouTube is a lead generation mechanism. Cold email. We run cold emails. We sent out like 12,000 within the last couple weeks. Lead generation mechanism. Okay? In-person networking. I go to events, I'll speak at events. Lead generation mechanism. And so that's primarily what my mind thinks about. Because if I'm bringing in leads, fulfillment's the simple part. We know how to handle the technical aspects of the project. We just need to find people that we can serve. So in summation, if you are considering starting an agency or any other kind of company, prepare yourself to spend a lot of time simply generating demand and marketing for what you do. And it's a lot of fun. I actually enjoy it a lot, so it's not a big deal. But that's how you need to spend the bulk of your time. So another note, when I was generating my first couple sales, in-person networking actually does work. So I am on the internet, obviously. I'm a huge proponent of taking advantage of digital systems because they can be high leverage. But you must not neglect in-person networking. There are individuals in your local area that have businesses and they want to grow their businesses, rightfully so, naturally so. And that presents a wonderful opportunity to the budding entrepreneur that decides to meet these people where they're at. A lot of these people don't trust online marketers and these people over the internet. They want somebody that they can meet face to face. Okay? By golly, I'm going to be that guy. And so that's what really helped in the beginning. I spend a lot of time networking. I'll speak at events. I try to be as well connected as possible to the entrepreneurial and local business community. And there is a tremendous advantage in doing so. So don't neglect that. Definitely market online. Okay, that's one lead generation mechanism, but don't neglect the people in your neighborhood that have business problems that you could potentially solve. Another thing that I did in the beginning stages of Crimson was I quickly expanded our service offering. So I started off offering just AI automations, but I quickly expanded to email marketing services. And because it's extremely cheap to build an application using these coding tools like Cursor, OpenAI's Codex, or Claude Code, you could now build an MVP or a prototype for a customer at a fraction of the cost. So we added that to our service offering as well. And this rounded out our service offering very nicely. So basically, when you're running an agency, because you don't have one specific product, you have a specialty, you tailor your offering to each client based upon their needs. And that's the beauty of running an agency. So, because you're not beholden to one particular solution, you can be surgically precise when you are tailoring solutions to your client's needs. Okay, so I don't have one SaaS product that I'm selling. We sell solutions for whatever industry you might be in. And I do plan on niching down eventually, but when you're getting your first couple sales, you don't really have a niche. You're just trying to serve people, right? To bring in revenue. Okay, so just keep that in mind. With an agency, one major advantage is the fact that you can be extremely precise when tailoring solutions, and you could tailor it to whatever your client needs at present. One other thing that I've gleaned through this period is clients really appreciate when you take a long-term partnership stance towards your relationship with them. So I don't come in and just drop off a solution and dip. I want to help them grow their business. I want to understand their problems deeper than they do, honestly, and be the person that fixes it for them. Every business owner has problems. Every business owner is trying to grow their business and spend less time working and more time living and enjoying their lives. I promise you that is always true. There's not one business owner that says I want to make less and I want to work more on my business. It's the inverse. And so I'm effectively teaching people how to leverage digital technologies to do just that. All right, gang, that's all I have. Thank you so much for your time. Like, subscribe, holla at your boy. Peace.